Hello, and welcome to this Final Boss Fight live stream of definitely the Adventures of the Golden Tooth and nothing else, I promise.
After all that, did you not change the bloody name?
And I did.
Yeah, okay, you did, because that was like the first thing you said you were going to do.
I did. It's definitely only ever been the Golden Tooth.
And I think he's lying to us.
Yeah, I don't think it. I know it. He's already admitted it to us off stream, cleverly, where we can't have proof.
Yeah. No one can say otherwise.
Otherwise, ha! Wrong.
Damn it!
Just did it.
It's been foiled!
Dumb joke.
Foiled again!
Dumb joke. I'm leaving. I'm already done.
Bye, guys! My name is John, and I'm the GM for this campaign, and I am joined by Sean.
Hello.
Sean.
Ah!
And Michael.
Wow!
And
You're right, pal.
it's going to be an interesting week. It really is, apparently.
A whole week.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting session. Why is my camera being weird? Okay.
John, why is your camera being weird?
I don't know. Did I just kick the cable, maybe? Possibly. Last time we met the Golden Tooth, they travelled back from the monastery in the mountains
Sure. Oh.
and made their way back to their keep. That music started suddenly, didn't it? They made their way back to the keep. It took them about a week to hike down the mountain and make their way back into civilization, and then take a quick teleportation back to the keep of the Golden Tooth. They spent a couple of days where Pyrolis and Hal hatched some plans to go on a little bit of a hiking holiday to return a little semblance of peace and tranquility to Hal's existence, and to recover Pyrolis's pet fox Ember from her parents. Hal went to have a chat with the other members of the Golden Tooth on the subject of impressing Pyrolis with a present. Malzere suggested... one thing Malzere suggested was for Hal to start wearing some clothes again, as Hal had climbed...
I won't change for any woman.
As Hal had climbed across the rooftop wearing nothing. But between Malzere, Calderax, and Hal's discussions, Hal came to the realization that he had a flower, and with magic hoped that he would be able to make the flower last forever. With Calderax's connections, Hal met with a druid who believed that he could indeed brew something to allow the flower to continue existing long beyond its natural lifespan. And with the assistance of a strangely rainbow-haired gnomish druid by the name of Fenthwick Fizzlebang, a long-missed friend, Hal was able to brew up a small draft that he believed would allow said flower to stay in stasis, almost. Hal and Pyrolis set off towards a mountain of unknown origin at the moment, leaving Calderax and Malzere at the castle. With the promise that they would return.
Yeah, we had to make big pinky promises.
There were big promises made that the group would return to the castle and not abandon, specifically Malzere.
We've both got management issues now.
Good thing they didn't ask us to roll for insight, or they'd have known we were lying. Etc.
So, I think, unfortunately, because Amy's not here, this week will mostly focus on Pyrolis and Hal.
I'm just here to make stupid comments.
But also,
unfortunately, that because of that's rude.
We'll also see what Calderax gets up to some of the time, but Sean will mostly just make interesting comments, probably.
Woo!
I'm going to be the studio audience during Ireland Hal's interactions.
Yes.
If anything, I might actually try and find a soundboard of
Oh my god.
You pretend like you're at the fireworks and just
like an
go with
episode
the
of
ooze and...
So, do you guys want to describe the means by which you are travelling to this mountainside retreat?
Magic. I mean, I could always ride Muffin there.
Yeah, we'd probably go by horse and leave the horses somewhere safe at the bottom, I assume.
Yeah.
Right from this bear cave. Yeah.
I would also...
Find a place for a pony. Not even one so brave as Muffin.
I would also like to point out very quickly, in a completely off-topic, out of D&D thing, I tried to name my horse on Red Dead Muffin and it wouldn't have it.
Why?
Offensive words were used, apparently.
Oh, I see where they think that's dumb.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't scan the whole name, apparently. Anyway, so yes, you ride for...
A lot of websites have issue with Scunthorpe.
Yes. You ride for a day or two. You set up a camp overnight. You make your way to the base of a mountain.
Are we assuming somewhere between here and Pyre's family that there's mountains?
I believe there would be. I don't quite have the map of Faerun memorized to tell you exactly what the name of said mountain would be.
Despicable.
It's just not cricket. We'll just have to end the stream here because.
Yeah, John, if you're not ready to be this prepared, I'm not ready to play.
One moment then.
I mean, it doesn't actually matter, John. We're just being dicks.
One moment. I got it. I got this. Do I have this?
If you stand here, you can see straight into Calderax's bedroom.
That's probably what he wants. I wouldn't.
Oh, y'all damn
right. In the house. I mean, you get a full view into this bathroom as well.
Again, I think you're just playing into his hands.
I mean, that's kind of how the windows work.
Oh, there he is. He's on his bed.
The scandal.
So yeah, between roughly where you guys are at the moment and Tribor, you've got a lot of the Sword Mountains.
Ooh.
You could
like how he shamed John into looking this up.
You could ride up one of those and maybe leave your horses at one of the mining towns up in the Sword Mountains, such as Ithrimbril.
That'd probably be the best idea.
Yeah.
Mostly lots of gnomes in that area.
I'm very confused about this map.
Which map? Oh, this map.
Where are the stairs to get upstairs?
There are ladders.
Over that barrel that your mouse was next to.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. Thank you.
So you ride up. You ride up to Ithrimbril, which is a nice little gnomish town. Lots of gnomes, and I think like some humans, some dwarves. Wooden barricade around the edge. They have a stable there, and you can stable your horses.
Cool.
Roll me a perception check as you make your way through the town.
Perception. Normal.
I've just lost the window that I was using to play this game. There it is.
Like that.
You both rolled a 6.
Are you just enjoying the being yeeted across your screen, Sean? Yeah.
Sean?
For those of you that don't know, Sean has upped the... We have like a... we weren't playing the game using Foundry with physical dice on, and Sean turned up his launch speed of the dice to max. So they just get launched across the screen for him.
For everyone's dice, no matter who they are. So it's like you've got this pretty kind of blue dice that's supposed to represent how chill he is, and you just go, fucking!
I'm also appreciating that you both rolled 6s.
Yeah.
We're in sync.
Mm-hmm.
Pyrolis, you're particularly focused and mission-oriented at the moment.
How? You're not.
And sort of you're...
What a shocker!
You are... you're sort of... You've stabled up the horses, you're ready to go up the mountain. How? There's a... at the end of the town, there's just a little mine entrance. It's not been used for a while. And it sort of sets the... Erisuaithion has just subbed for the 2nd month in a row. They are currently on a 2-month streak. Thank you so much, Michael.
You're welcome.
And Random Shan drops a load of love bombs.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
So those the stats you were showing the other week of the love bomb usage, does that count them in any channel they get used in?
No.
Ah.
I can mash them up as much as I like in all the other channels. It does not count, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's
So
been used 400,000 times now, though.
nice. And with particularly good timing, our bot reminds you that you should throw a prime to your Twitcher. I feel that possibly I should update that, but I quite like it. If you have Twitch Prime, you get 1 free monthly sub. You might as well use it. You don't have to use it on us, but do use it on someone. Support someone you like.
Or support someone you hate. Really confuse them.
It's up to you. Just support someone.
You boo.
So Michael, Hal just spots this mine shaft opening at the edge of the town, and just the hairs on the back of his neck just stand on end.
There's something not right here.
Really? It just looks abandoned, doesn't it?
It's making me get like the oogies.
Pi will look slightly puzzled at that and then go, "Oh, like the shivers and."
Yeah, like when you know something's bad, you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Should we go in there?
I mean, if you want to go check it out.
It could be a fun, spooky adventure.
It could. And, maybe... Yeah, maybe the town need to know if something's going on. I don't know, if you want to go check it out, sure.
I only want to do it if you want to do it.
Maybe, will there be some supply stuff here? Basic supplies.
Yes.
Maybe if we go and get some supplies and ask about first,
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a smart thing to do.
They might already have noticed and started doing something about it. I don't know.
Oh, that mine, that's death mine. Yeah, everyone goes in there, just instantly dies.
He was just looking at it. He was just talking about death matter.
So supplies, let's do this.
Yeah. Wanna go get some supplies, John?
Cool.
Just kind of like some slightly fresher bread and, that sort of...
Apples for muffin.
Yeah. Nothing too fancy, but just...
Bear with me while I remind myself more of Ithrimbril.
There's a bear with you?
Yeah, it's just off screen. Realise I just pointed at the window with that.
Well, we didn't know.
I mean, I think it's not actually in the
theory,
shot, is
somewhere
it?
out there is a bear.
That is
In
true.
that
There
particular
probably
direction.
is a bear somewhere in the world.
It's just not directly with you. It's there in spirit.
Somewhere.
I saw a great thing today. It was like, there is a shark behind you. At every given moment, there's a shark behind you. Might be thousands of miles away, but there's a shark behind you. And that shark is totally behind you. It is supporting you whatever you want to do, and it wants you to succeed.
Amazing.
And just a picture of a happy shark, like, giving thumbs up.
Happy Shark is an interesting... It's how to get them to look adorable happy and not like, I'm going to murder you and I'm very cheerful about it happy.
Yeah, not just like, here's all of my teeth.
All of the teeth.
I've now just googled adorable shark and I'm having a good time. Oh, shark with human teeth. Oh no. I don't much care for it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Okay, you find the current general shop. Being run by an Elnsier Long Eye. Elderly female elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. And she has all the sort of basic supplies that you might need, sort of food stock up and apples for...
Bit of extra kindling and some fire stuff and...
Yep.
Bit of all that, please.
It'll set you back like probably a gold piece up this far.
Yeah, I'll pay.
I can do that.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I would pay them. I will pay them too.
Okay.
Because Hal has no concept for money.
She doesn't turn you down. And puts the money in a box. What are you doing this far up the mountain?
Oh, we're gonna go climb a mountain.
Oh.
Yeah, we're, planning on spending a few days at the top, away from
Just realised
everything.
what Hal wears. Just like shorts, sandals, vest. I'm gonna climb a mountain.
I mean, you're a lot of the way there.
Just like, this guy's gonna die.
Yeah, he's fine. The person at the shop's looking increasingly more puzzled, though, I imagine.
A little bit. She's you can tell without any sort of an insight check that neither of you are the usual clientele.
No.
And she's giving you...
Well, we're not minors.
She's giving you an interesting sort of look of... You don't quite fit in.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
You are probably wondering why I am blue.
Sure.
I am an aerogenist. Which is why I want to go in the mountain. Because that's like really high. And there's air.
I mean, as long as you don't go too high, yes.
Yes.
There's a good strong breeze, that's what we're after.
What's with the spooky mine?
They say it's haunted.
Like with a ghost?
Nobody's entirely sure.
Because I've never met a ghost. I bet we would be friends.
There used to be rumours that the whole town, Ithrimbril, had a protector. Ghost stories, children's stories.
A protector how?
Yeah, I could protect them. Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Who's
not
on
quite what
first?
I was going for, but,
They say it was a gnome wizard that could project themselves out of the body.
huh.
And was able to cast spells in a wraith-like form. Or he was some kind of a ghost that protected the town. Nobody ever saw it.
Intriguing. Not anything of recent then.
No, not for the last couple of decades.
So that mine is just assumed to be haunted?
Yeah. I mean, most of us don't think to go in there because there's plenty of other stuff to mine other places.
Yeah, That's understandable.
Miners are a superstitious lot. They don't want to tangle with a ghost. So some people who are sensitive to it say it feels wrong.
Like they get the oogies.
I don't know what that means. Some say they feel something driving them away from it. Some say they feel something pulling them in.
Ooh, I didn't feel anything pulling or pushing me.
Some take one step in and then one step out.
Sometimes some people do the hokey cokey.
They shake it all about.
I mean, that's what it's all about, really.
I mean, if you're looking for peace and quiet up a mountain, I wouldn't bother with it myself.
But like, does it have people like been injured by it? Does it cause any like problems? Because we are very talented people. Like, I kick butt, she kicks butt. Like, we could go kick some butt if you want us to.
We don't mess with it, and it doesn't seem to mess with us.
If it's not causing the problems,
Some-
we go in there? We don't, like, because what if it's like a ghosty thing? And it's just all like, stay away! And we go in there and it's like, what did I just say? And you didn't listen! And then it beats up people.
I mean, if they're happy with it as is, I guess who's to question it? If it's not causing them problems, then maybe we don't interfere.
Probably a good idea, because the last thing we want is to get an angry ghost on our trail.
Those are words to live by.
Yes.
Don't want to disturb any pre-existing peace. Yeah, let's just head up the mountain instead. If there's any issue, we'll be back through here to pick up the horses anyway.
Yes. Oh, yes. Can we keep our horses here somewhere?
Harisuai Theoden gifted a subscription to Tales of Gaming Addiction, which is too long to fit on my overlay. Thank you for the gift sub. You've gifted 3 subs to the channel in total.
I am a generous god.
Also, I've just learnt that the alert box... Of course it is, because it's underneath that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
See, if I hadn't done that, I would have learned things.
Anyway, thank you to our new sub, Tales of Gaming Addiction. Hi, Schmady. If you're around, and if you aren't, hi, Smitty in the replay.
The hello doesn't go away. I need to go get a drink. I will be 2 seconds.
Probably lurking somewhere.
Probably lurking.
And we appreciate the lurks. Either that or it's just gained the sub and gone, oh god, hide, run! I definitely have done that sometimes. You just sat minding your own business, lurking away, and you get gifted one, and you're like, oh god, now they know I'm here. Damn it! I feel like I need to speak now, and I was happy.
Sean.
Ah?
A couple of days go past at the castle. And
That next.
you've not really seen Malzaray. What is Calderax up to?
Probably safe to ask that without Michael here, because, you know, gutter brain.
Also, I can't really continue.
I'm back. Sorry, had to get a drink.
I think. I don't really know. Eh? It's hard to do things with two people with only one of us.
It is a little.
Just lots of like monologuing is your plan.
Ah, Horatio.
What light through yonder window breaks, 'tis the east, and Malzere is the sun. Oh, rise, fair sun, to kill the envious moon who is sick and pale with grief that thou her made art far more fair than she. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I could. I did it for an exam at RADA, so
Impressive.
fun times. Thank you. I got a merit.
Huh.
Nice.
So, Sean, you were saying?
I think he would kind of wander the castle sometimes, go and get something to eat.
Just like I imagine it was like against a wall with like a ball, just boom, 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 boom.
I was gonna make that joke, but then I thought no, we wouldn't do that. I think occasionally he might go into the shrine and have a heart-to-heart with Kalembor.
Okay.
Just like, is there a reason is he avoiding me? I mean, you might know. I mean, give me a sign at all?
I just imagine you're talking to your shrine of Kalembor, and at one point the little is he a kobold?
Yeah.
Yes, Schnookums.
Yeah. Schnookums just is like, I don't know. He's like, I'm not talking to you. Oh.
It's like stood next to the kobold. There's like another figure with a silvered mask. Just like, oh.
I don't know why. I don't know why my head.
Malbrain's right, cloistered in his room. They got Schnookums and the God of Death having a heart to heart. It's like, just like literally just sat at the table, all with like a glass of wine. Eventually descends into a girls' night in. We're all painting our nails and stuff.
I would love to see fan art of that.
Kalembor's just there like, that colour does not suit me, mortal. But sparkles, yay!
Get those sequins on.
Just the.
Do you want to watch Mean Girls? I have it on DVD.
The wine glass approaches the masked face and just tinks into the front of the mask, and then the wine just disappears.
Yeah.
This Schnookums is like, may I freshen your glass, mighty God of Death?
I like
Yeah,
this
he
one.
sounds like Doofenshmirtz, but he does.
Yeah. Pay me the back.
A platypus? Hang on.
Anyway, while
Yeah.
Calderax has a heart-to-heart with the shrine,
And possibly
and
Kobold.
possibly the kobold who gets slightly confused.
I think he might well eventually descend into just going like just finding wherever Schnookums in, just kind of like just flopping down the floor. Why doesn't he like me anymore?
I don't know how to deal with this. I'm not. You do not pay me to be a therapist.
Doesn't Schnookums have we decided what he wears yet?
I don't know. I don't think
more than Al on occasion.
we'd provide him some like.
I kind of have this idea that he has like a butler's like jacket and bow tie and shirt and nothing else.
Schnookums has no pants. Schnookums needs
Well,
no pants.
we had the holiday artwork of Schnookums as Santa, and it was just like the Santa top half and just kobold legs.
Yeah, kobold legs don't really fit like trousers. It's hard
Yeah.
to get them in his size.
The tail is awkward and
Needs to be specially tailored.
yeah.
It's like Calderax gets annoyed at his tail, I imagine. Just, I really like the suit, but they don't have a tail option. Ugh! You have to pay extra for tailoring now.
If a clothes shop isn't willing to tailor it to him, he doesn't buy it. As simple as that.
So I was gonna say he burns it down.
I was gonna say no, he doesn't. It just mysteriously burns down days later.
It's not your grandparents.
He was somewhere else entirely.
He has other people to do the burning down for him.
Malzeray's there with a box of matches. No, that's not me, mate. What are you talking about?
How do I suppose it's other members of his family that are good? Okay,
Yeah.
one particular group of his family that aren't good people. But
Anyway, you spend a couple of hours, Hal and Pyrolus, climbing out of Ithrimbril and up one of the Sword Mountains.
Hold on. Do I have that? Hang on.
I'm now slightly worried.
Hold on, just to make sure. Hold on.
We'll go with Mount Ardabad.
Mount Wanahakalugi.
Actually, I'll give you the choice. There are 3 mountains surrounding Ithrimbril. You've got the choice of Mount Sternhelm, Mount Ardabad, or Mount Faildir.
I don't want to climb Mount Fail, dude. That sounds like a bad omen.
I don't have a preference, whichever one.
Sternhelm is the tallest.
Yeah, let's go for the tallest.
Yeah,
You're gonna climb a mountain. Why would you not go for the tallest one?
exactly. What are we, bitches? No.
So Sternhelm is the tallest of the 3 mountains and is at the northern point of the triangle that the 3 of them make.
Okay.
You head up the mountain and you get to the top and you set up a camp and
Yeah. And we'll go with, like, you gotta have a bonfire, go in and...
We're gonna have a great time.
I could only find a camp, or the camp I found only had 1 tent, but we can imagine there's another one.
That's fair.
Or just Hal sleeps under the stars, or in a tree.
I mean, also that's probably in a tree, or yeah, just under the stars.
Also, it doesn't necessarily look like the snowy peak of a mountain, but you've got a pond.
Yeah. We'll pretend that's a snow patch. Can be the spring at the top of a mountain. Somehow it's crept out right at the top.
It's a weird mountain. Actually, I'm going to show the map because I bothered to find a map for this.
Yeah.
So you set up tent and bonfire and
Pi will probably get a book out and bits as well, just kind of make it comfy.
Okay.
How's the wind up here, Hal?
How is the wind up here, John?
The height of the mountain, it's pretty good and windy. There's not a lot of cover as you've climbed up the highest mountain.
Is it feckin' windy?
It is indeed fecking windy.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice up here.
I guess it's... Yeah, I guess it's nice to be back again in the calm and, connected. Good enough for meditating?
It's perfect.
Would Pi have heard any stories of, in the area to be able to point out land masses and stuff?
You are fairly close to home. So there is a good chance you would be able to point out several bits that you're overlooking.
Sort of vaguely over that way is home, and so that means somewhere around there would be kind of conversation.
Yeah, so you can sort of point out to, Tribor is out.
Everything the light touches is out.
Tribal would be out to the east from here. You can make out just down near the base of the mountain is Leylon.
Right.
Which is another sort of... It's the town at the base of the mountain where the supplies get delivered down to.
Okay.
And then it would get distributed up to Neverwinter or down to Waterdeep.
Right.
And sort of, if they were coming inland, they would come through Tribor, so you'd have had people stopping at the tavern from Leylon or Leland, depending on whether northerners are coming through or locals, depending on whether they can pronounce the name properly. And then you can also sort of point back towards Fandalin and where the Golden Tooth Keep is.
Cool.
And then sort of further afield you would know, out in that direction up to the north would be Waterdeep.
I hear there's some sort of dragon heist going on over there.
Not for a few years yet.
Oh. I hear there's some sort of dragon heist going on over there.
Don't say that too loudly, people will start getting suspicious.
I know nothing about it. What's the dragon? I don't know what a heist is. Oh, no idea.
Yeah, so Pi will point out a variety of different bits and pieces of maybe places she travelled when she was younger. I assume she probably, given that it's farming, would know where things got traded to and bits like that.
Yeah, you'd know that, while the ores were coming out of Leyland and down from Ithrimbril, sort of things that had been farmed would have been coming back the other way.
Yeah. I think I might sit and draw for a bit. Maybe write some stuff, we'll see. Make the most of it. It's calm. We've not been stopped for a while.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And yeah, she'll grab out sort of a journal kind of thing and some pencils and bits and attempt. I don't think she's particularly gifted in art from what I remember of her when we set her up, but she will attempt to doodle some bits and draw what she can see.
Hal just watches her quite enjoying just watching her do stuff.
Is he trying to hide this, or?
A little bit, yeah.
Just that sort of watching out of the side of the eyes is...
Yeah.
Pretending to meditate, but with one eye open.
Kinda. At one point, I'd like to very cheekily check on the flower and see if it's all good to go.
Okay.
I don't. I want to be like sneaky so that she doesn't notice.
You sneakily look
She
into
wouldn't
your
be looking
pack.
out for anything, so.
Just roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Congratulations, you didn't eat it off of the mountainside.
Did anybody else hear the trumpet?
Yep.
Yes.
What
You
the...
can set up. You can set up special effects for your dice.
I tried to do that. I don't know what's wrong with my one.
So when you roll a natural 20 it does that, or when you roll anything?
When I roll a natural 20, it does that. I need to remember the command. Give me a second. Continue, John. Continue.
Unsurprisingly, with that roll of a 19 and a 20...
Yeah, it was very good, wasn't it? I didn't really need the advantage. I was literally looking at a meme earlier, which was when you roll a 19, but you have advantage, and it was it is good, but it can be better.
You just sort of flick the top of the bag open, you see the flower, and you flick it closed again, and nobody noticed.
But is the flower good?
But the flower is good.
I would like to take it out.
Okay. You do.
And I'd sort of like start making my way over to Pyrolus, like just nervously. Like tempted to make a check to see if Hal has the strength to do like the courage to do it. But no, he's a strong-willed man. He can do this.
Your heart beating.
Pyrolus?
Yeah?
I got you something.
That's lovely. And she'll sort of look up. Is that...
It's the flower you picked me when we came back from the temple. I met somebody and he made it so it would never die.
What? Wow. That's amazing. I
think you're amazing.
She'll smile and blush slightly.
I know I don't know many people, but I'm really glad that I know you.
I'm glad that I know you too. Yeah.
People that are new to me, but been trying to work it out, but I like you, Pyrolus. In like a more than a friend way. He blushes this like deep blue, essentially. Or like a purple, really, because his blood is still red. So,
is he sort of just stood up at the minute?
he would have come. He would have knelt down to probably to be on your level.
She will put her books sort of to one side and put it all down, and we'll shuffle over closer to him. And kind of there's that sort of processing. I like you too. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. I'm glad that I met you. I've never met anyone like you.
Yeah, blue people are kind of rare. And he sort of smiles, like, awkwardly at his terrible joke.
She kind of sighs slightly, but in a sort of chuckly kind of sigh. This is beautiful, thank you. No one's... I mean...
I'd look her in the eyes and just say, I think you're beautiful.
You have a beautiful personality. I really appreciate being around you. You just have a way of making people smile, and I think that's amazing.
I like making you smile. It makes my heart beat really fast when you smile.
She won't be able to, like, stop herself from smiling at that. So, this flower lasts forever?
That's what the guy said.
How far did you... Is that where you went?
Yes. Calderax told me about a friend of his who could know someone who could know someone who could help me. And so I went. I'd have gone twice as far if I had to.
She will lean her head on his shoulder.
He like freezes like, oh. Deer in headlights.
You went and found that for me. That's amazing.
I would try and find anything for you. And Hal will lean in to kiss her.
She would lean in as well. It's been a lot recently, but I wouldn't have wanted to go through any of that with anyone else.
You were the first person that I really met when I left the temple. You were the greatest gift that Akadi could have given me.
It was a strange way of meeting.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't have changed it.
Yeah, I'm strange. But I wouldn't want to change it either. So does this mean you're like my... I don't know what the word is. Are we like a thing? Like...
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
I'd like to kiss you again.
She'd lean back in.
Anyway, so John, what happens next?
Howl and Pyrolis kiss. And then time advances.
Dot, dot, dot.
Evening.
So the night falls and you light the campfire.
Just moving us closer.
Pi would be getting on and making food. Don't know what particular food, but you know.
Whatever we have.
Something easy to carry up a mountain, I assume.
She'll have figured it out.
An entire roast ox.
Each.
Yeah.
What food does Hao enjoy? Like, what would be his...
Hal's very much a vegetarian, so he just eats like fruits, vegetables. Doesn't.
In which case, she'd probably be making up some kind of stew that was vegetarian.
Hal's not like a very foodie person. It's just another luxury.
He likes the simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she would be like, given that she's grown up on a farm, like she is a massive meat eater.
Yeah.
But
Hal also doesn't judge.
She would be specifically cooking vegetarian.
Okay.
To be respectful of that fact. Like, plus, bringing me up a mountain's a bit of a faff. Let's face it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You possibly have some, like, jerky or something in a pack somewhere, but... Yeah, fresh meat probably hasn't made it up the mountain.
No. Hey, have you ever laid out and watched the stars?
Sometimes. Not often.
Maybe we should do that, you know, once it gets dark enough. It's been years since I last did it. I used to do it as a family. Sometimes we'd go and camp and things, and we'd tell all of the stories of the different stars. But it's been a while.
Stars have stories?
Yeah. I'm kind of assuming that they're like sort of constellations as people pick up what they look like and that sort of stuff, John.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that you would see from Faerun is
regardless of whether they are actual stories or not, I'm pretty sure our dad would have made up a bunch as well.
well, not unfair.
Typical dad fashion. Oh, that one. That's Dimitri.
This Dimitri owes me $50.
Bastard became a star to avoid paying me back.
So the main thing, obviously, in the night sky would be Saloon, which is the moon of Faerun, or Toril.
The moon.
Oh, the moon of Faerun is...
Which would appear to fit within the size of a human fist held at arm's length.
It's pretty chunky.
That is pretty chunky.
Having literally just held my hand in the air to see what that would look like.
Yeah, that's a big moon.
It's a big old moon.
Big old moon.
Chunk.
I like them big.
And coming off of Saloon,
The moon. Saloon, the moon of Faerun.
Saloon, the moon of Faerun, where there's a Judoon platoon
On the moon.
of Faerun.
That's just fun. That's just fun to say. Platoon on the moon. Sorry.
So if the moon is about the size of your fist, 3 hand spans wide and 3 fingers deep would be the tears of Saloon.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
We only just kissed, John, and now you're talking about 3 fingers deep. Woo!
No, that's where your brain went.
I can kick him out if you want.
I could kick him out if I want.
This is also fair.
I could kick me out if I want.
It's just such a shame that Hal just fell off the mountain.
And suddenly Hal died.
Suddenly a storm cloud rolled in and he just got struck by lightning.
I'll come back as my next character. Schmau. Who's even dumber.
Surely you could go for Y and then come back as when.
But also just spelt really weird ways.
When you get to Who that you're playing the first baseman.
And at the end of the week, who gets the money? Of course he does.
Who?
It's one of my favourite sketches. When I worked for the theatre, a panto did that, and they just did the worst version of it possible.
I have watched somebody very recently doing an interesting take on it where they're doing a updated version. Where both people know the sketch. Both people know the concept of the sketch.
Yeah.
But are confusing each other about it.
That's clever. I know Saturday Morning Breakfast Hero, it's a webcomic, but they did shorts at one point, and they did a version of it, but they did a really crass version, so on first base it was your mother. So, you did what? Your mother on first base.
Anyway, extending out from the moon, 3 hand spans wide, are the tears of Saloon, which appear to be about 9 stars.
Okay.
That are very bright and sort of trail the moon around. And they sort of light up over the course of about 3 hours after moonrise.
Okay.
There are some people that believe that, particularly the elves, believe that they are a sign that the gods are pleased with their magical research, while goblinoids believe that they are part of a plot by human mages to bathe the night in moonlight.
This is Goblin QAnon, is that it?
Apparently the goblinoids fear that the night sky would soon be filled with moons, and that would therefore eliminate the darkness. And some ancient goblin attempts some ancient goblin attacks on humans and elves is traced back to this belief that if they kill enough of the humans, the moons won't fully form.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm now going to have to look up other constellations.
Yeah, no, you don't necessarily have
Yeah,
to.
no,
You
I
don't
think
need
having
just a
that
bit.
one was pretty good. So let's not push it.
He started, so he'll finish. Damn it!
Just gonna go on a whole, solar system mission.
Bitch.
And I assume as well there'd be like farming sayings as like, red sky in the morning and all that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'd sort of be going through and talking about bits and pieces like that.
Hal listens intently.
Dark sky at night. We're all doomed.
The old saying: dark sky at night, bright sky in day.
Yeah.
What does it mean? It's just life, innit?
Life,
That's
innit?
just how it works, right?
The blooming obvious, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's not really a saying, it's more just facts.
You also point out Mistra's star circle, or the circle of swords, which is a circle of stars.
What?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you telling me the circle of swords is a circle?
It can also, other people call it the circle of coins, the cold crown, the crown of the north.
The crown of the north. Sorry.
According to some fairy tales, the goddess Mistra had a castle situated in the centre of the circle, known as the Castle of Night.
She realised it was really poorly positioned because it was like nowhere near any shop. So she.
Some people believe that the constellation the stars were coins thrown into the Sea of Night by some deities to taunt the destitute.
Well, that's just charming, isn't it?
You also point out Aminator's belt.
Is there a whole constellation attached to it, but you only know of the belt, like a certain Orion?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aminator's
Orion's belt held up Orion's trousers.
You point out Aminator's belt, which is a constellation that appears over the spine of the world. And so by using Aminator's belt, you'd be able to know which way is north.
That's cool.
That is pretty
And then
cool.
at some point she'd sort of have run out of stuff that she actually knows about and would have rolled back into. And when I was little, you see the ones up there, those that looked like a flower. And it just has kind of gone into sort of basically when she was little and how she used to contribute to these kind of conversations with family. And my brother thought that one was a fox.
It does look like a fox.
So did you ever do anything like that? Look up and...
No, we're very focused on like where we are now. It's all about trusting and believing that we're where we're meant to be. So we don't look around as much as just appreciate where we are. Looking up in the stars doesn't tell us anything because unless we're there, they're not telling us anything. What matters is what's next to us, what's in front of us. and occasionally what's behind us. Because what's behind us is where Akadi had us before.
I guess.
Sometimes we look for signs in things where we end up. It's why I went with you when we first met. You were the first person that started talking to me. So I took it as a sign. And it was a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I've always been taught if you can see the sky, you can tell where you are. And it can get you to home. But home's where you want it to be.
I agree. Home is people. It's not a place.
Yeah. It's... I know I've got, you know, base where family is, but it's nice knowing that there are people that I can be with that feel like home, you know?
Yeah, I do. I've often wondered about my parents and my family. Well, not my birth family. Like somewhere out there, there's my mother, my father. And they're out there and they know I exist. But I don't know who they are. I could have bumped into them. And I'll never know. But they don't matter. Because the path they set me on is the path that's meant for me. So them leaving me is my path. If they hadn't left me, I might never have met you. So in a way, I guess I'm glad that I don't know them. Because knowing you is a lot better.
She'll just smile, kind of doesn't quite know what to say, sort of.
So anyway. John, I can't process my feelings in real life. Now you want me to process them in the game?
I didn't ask you to process your feelings in the game.
You left us quiet.
Eventually you drift to sleep.
If I can quickly steal something, there's a command to re-roll your dice until you get a 1. And I want to show you what happens when I roll a 1.
Okay, go ahead.
It may take a while.
This is where it's just hell-bent on not giving you one.
It's unlike by luck, but yeah.
I mean, I'm just loving the fact that these are just being yeeted around Sean's screen.
I was really hoping we'd just end up with an entire screen of dice.
The maximum that can be on screen at any time is 20.
Yeah, that would be pretty full. I'd be okay with that.
We have at one point turned off that limit.
Oh, there's a 1 in there!
There were 2 1s in there.
Oh, no!
And no 20s.
No.
Let's try again.
There were 2 1s and 2 20s.
There's a snappy dice.
I see you set up yours the same.
I set up mine the same, but mine also do if I roll a 1, they cut the dice darkens.
Nice.
And 20, it went white, did it?
Yeah, right.
So you could add more than one effect.
Yeah.
What happens if you just add the same effect multiple times? Just get exponentially louder.
Let's not try that.
It's like,
Until
bwah,
afterwards.
bwah, bwah.
So this is what happens when you give them new toys to play with.
I should stop giving them toys to play with.
The other day, we were just rolling random dice in Foundry, and I rolled a D1000, and I got a 4. Like,
Oh.
how bad is that?
That's quite
Oh.
impressive.
Anyway,
Only you, Michael. Only
Right? So like, they were all complaining how their dice had been bad, and I did that, and they're like, well, we can't complain anymore.
anyway, over the course of several hours, you look up at the night sky, you discuss your feelings. Do you drift off to sleep outside the tent, or move inside the tent?
If Pyrolus falls asleep first, I'd get like the blankets and things out of the tent,
Pi probably would fall asleep.
and I would like put them over her, and then I would go to sleep near her, not next to her, because how is a gentleman?
Pyrelis kind of lazily just keeps describing stars until she drops off to sleep.
She didn't do that thing though where you've got your hand in the air and you're pointing at stuff and then you drop your own hand on your face. She did not do that. She's not that bad.
She dropped it in the fire.
It's just, I mean, it could be worse. It could be like, you know, when you're holding your phone and you drop it in your face, but with like your warhammer. Oh!
Yeah, the minute you said Warhammer, though, I just imagined a small miniature. My Necrons!
Could I get a D100 roll from both of you, please?
Let's see how many bears attack.
That was better than the 2 I rolled earlier.
Okay.
74 bears. Dear Lord.
Plus 27. That's 101 bears. It's a very different Disney movie.
It's a new artwork for Tanny to create. 101 bears.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never like
Like-
it when a DM says interesting.
Does that come with a mysterious chin scratch?
Okay.
I'm going to take your word for that, John.
Yeah, if it's not okay now, John, I'm gonna be livid.
Who wakes up first the following morning?
Should we roll for it?
Which one of you is still alive?
Just roll for it.
Just
What
a
are we
simple
rolling?
Just a D20.
No, can't type.
I wake up first.
How?
Ta-da!
How? What do you do in the morning?
Big stretch. Probably take clothes off, meditate for a bit.
Okay. You do this.
But knowing that I'm not supposed to be naked in front of people, I'd go like, if there's like something I can duck behind, like some rocks.
Actually, we can move now back to the daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. I really wish it was an easy, like it was easier than literally changing map.
It is.
But like it's a different picture.
Oh, is it? Well, I thought, why don't you just use the daytime, nighttime functions of the thing?
I don't know the daytime, nighttime functions of the thing.
Oh, under lighting, there's a daytime and nighttime button. Like a.
When you were showing it off, you showed us it.
He did.
Did I?
That's how I know about it. Well, check. There you go. And it tints the map to be all dark and nighttime.
Oh.
And you can set it so that certain lights will only turn on once you've hit that nighttime threshold as well.
Yeah, but also with that, the campfire actually has a fire in it in the nighttime version.
Yeah, all right, John.
Which I guess I could have just done with a token, but hey, you know.
Yeah, see? Excuses.
Anyway, you wake up. And
Wake me up inside.
You disappear off a short distance away. Not too far, but
far enough, like
out of
close
sight.
enough that you would probably be able to still see part of me. Probably would be the idea.
See the top of Hal's head over the rocks.
Yeah, something like that, so that she doesn't think I've just vanished in the middle of the night or been taken away by 101 bears.
It's a lot of bears.
It is.
And you meditate for a while. While he's meditating, Pyrolis, do you wish to wake up, or is Pyrolis going to stay asleep for?
No, she's a pretty morning person usually.
Okay.
Because of growing up on a farm, you wake up with the sun. So she's not all that unused to it. Is that the word? Oh no, can't words. Yeah, she'd wake up. She would pack the blankets and stuff away.
Okay.
Put them back in the tent and sort of hang them out slightly so that they can air. Just very practical.
Describe Pyrolis's nighttime outfit.
Oh.
Well, given that she had fallen asleep as opposed to had actively gone and got ready for bed.
Okay.
It would have been
just standard outfit.
Yeah, it would have been a pretty standard what she'd normally wear. I assume because they'd got comfy that she would have taken off her mail underneath.
This makes sense.
Because she'd probably be of the opinion that they're up high and safe pretty much.
And also it's less comfortable.
Yeah. But other than that, she would be in normal clothes because, she fell asleep before.
As you start to move, you notice that something's different.
Something... How?
No, how's no different. Or is he? No idea.
Every button, lace, and fastener is missing.
Huh. She'd probably go and get another top out of her bag and change.
It's missing from everything you packed. Any button, any lace, and any fasteners.
Even stuff that's strung closed or just sort of metally shiny bits?
Even things that strung closed, like strings,
laces.
Laces.
I've come across it like a demon with a chastity kink. Is that what this is? John hasn't said no. We've got a demon with a chastity kink, ladies and gentlemen.
In which case, because she kind of wears a sort of blousey shirt kind of thing, she would probably do the sort of tie it around her waist to temporarily fasten it back up. People do the bottom tie edge. Does that mean even shoelaces and stuff are gone?
Yes, even shoelaces.
She would rummage through the rest of her stuff quietly so as to not disturb Hal just yet, but just to see whether other stuff's gone.
You don't notice anything else missing?
Nothing off of the tent or
Nope.
off of rucksacks? Like kind of buckles and things?
No, the buckles still seem to be there.
So just what she's wearing?
Yes.
She'd be sat looking puzzled and probably would be finding something in her bag to potentially sew things back up.
Okay.
Still not wanting to disturb Hal because she's kind of aware that it's a bit jarring suddenly being distracted from what you're doing. But if he doesn't appear in the next sort of couple of minutes, she would get a little bit closer and probably call out to him. So it depends how far through meditating Hal be.
Keep going for a little bit longer. But yeah, then he'd eventually come out from behind the rock, see you quickly throw on his clothes, and yeah.
Are his clothes fine?
His clothes are fine.
So she would notice him coming back over.
Yep.
How?
Yes.
Random question. Appear to be missing all of the buttons and fastenings for this. Have you got any idea where they might have gone?
How can you roll me a perception check while you have while you're walking back from? You notice a very poorly dug hole with just a lace sticking out of it.
There's a lace there. Question. So all the buttons and fasteners and things off clothes, does that mean they're loose now? Or like the clothes still like attached somehow?
I believe Pyrolus has just kind of tied them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering where Hal's eyes should be.
On her eyes.
She would have a kind of vest and shorts on, and then with the trousers and shirt over the top, like cropped vest. So you'd be able to see midriff. And yeah, trousers would be on, but just about.
One hand holding them up.
Yeah, well, I kind of think she'd be sat down, so they're kind of... It's the equivalent of being sat down with your jeans undone. But not for its comfortable reasons.
Yeah, how you just spot not even a well dug, like not even a well covered over hole, just like very loose with just a lace sticking out of it. Looks like a shoelace.
I would go over to it and be like, "Is this it?" And I would like pull the shoelace. For the record, I want to say Michael knows this is a terrible idea.
You pull the shoelace and like the dirt just out of the hole, and like tied on the shoelace, all of the buttons, all of the fasteners, all of the laces just tied together.
Can I roll anything to see whether this literally makes any strand of sense to me at all?
Sure.
What
What?
history would it?
Yeah, make a history check.
You know, even if it was just a folklore story, even.
No. Doesn't
Yeah,
make
my
a
dice aren't
lick of
set up
sense.
for that.
I'll show you how afterwards.
This is how. You're welcome.
Ah, that got me, John. That got me. You bastard.
How? What? I don't understand. Where did they all? Why are they on a shoelace?
It is one of your shoelaces.
Perhaps the shoelace gained sentience and stole all the buttons to try and start a revolution! Or it was a ghost.
She'll be sort of sat there cross-legged, sort of on the floor, just head in hands, like kind of head going from being on her face to like out in the air, like what, and then back on her head again, because she's just like never seen anything like it. Can I have those back? I need to fix this.
Yes. And he sort of glances at your midriff and then blushes and looks away.
Thanks. And just take them from you and kind of be processing quite how on earth she's gonna fix this while she's still in it.
You could go in the tent and I will put the blanket over and I won't look, I promise.
For now, I'll just she'll really, really sloppily just put 2 or 3 buttons, because the bottom's all still tied. So she'll put like 2 or 3 buttons on, really cat-handedly, but it'll do. Yeah, this will be fine. I don't... Something's not right.
Yes.
But it didn't take anything else. I went through my things. You know, you assume that it might be something shiny, but why buttons and laces and what? Did that hole go anywhere?
I will go back to the hole and like stick my hand in there.
No, it's
Probably just try and get like elbow deep in it if I can.
It's like a hand or so, hand and a half maybe. It looks like somebody has literally like loosened the soil somehow, buried it, and then just piled the soil back on top very sloppily.
That's disconcerting.
That is weird.
I'm gonna go in the tent and fix these properly.
Okay, I will be out here doing the not looking. Okay.
Okay. She kind of gives him a slight glance of like, no, don't really know what to say to that, but sure, like, just need to get this fixed. And yeah, she will get that done as quick as possible.
Doesn't take too long.
It won't be perfect, but she will be back to having not her top tied up, she can have all the buttons down the front. Her trousers will now stay up successfully. Yay!
Yay!
That's all someone needs in life, is solid trousers. Honestly, yeah. Actually, I do. I said that, and I was like, you know what? No,
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Everyone should have a universal right to trousers.
And a good pair that don't just, make a beeline for the floor whenever you stop to pick something up.
I'd be a fantastic politician. I think we can all agree.
Trousers for all.
Exactly. You have to make the choice to opt out of the trouser policy. No one can force you to opt out of the trouser policy.
I mean, I guess you can choose to opt out of trousers.
Exactly. If you want a
skirts,
fine. Shorts, fine. If you're a nudist, so long as you're in a place where that's allowed, fine. But if you ever need them, trousers
you have
will be provided for you.
Trousers will be there for you.
This has been a paid for endorsement.
The Michael Warner trouser party.
Can we put that on a shirt, please?
I feel it's got to be a pair of trousers, really, but
it's hard to put a design on trousers.
Yeah.
Just write Michael across people's ass.
I don't like that. I don't want my name written across people's asses. Thank you very much.
Well,
No,
Michael.
you can't just go, well, to my desire to not have my name on your ass.
Michael.
Yes.
While Pyrolus ducks into the tent.
While we're writing your name on people's ass.
And while we start to write your name on people's butts.
Yes.
Hal goes and looks at the supplies you've brought up, the food.
Doesn't sound like Hal, but okay. I'll do it.
I assume at some point one of you decides you need to eat.
Yeah, I guess Hal, while she's doing that, Hal will be like, I will get some things for breakfast. Not that he knows how to cook, he'll just get some stuff out ready.
You could go for the bit of cheese and some bread.
Makes a little cheese board.
There are red mushrooms growing out of everything.
Pyrolus, did you bring red mushrooms?
No.
Okay.
They don't smell good.
There's a lot of red mushrooms in our stuff. They don't smell great.
Don't touch them. Just
Hal pulls his hand back. Wasn't going to.
Pi will head out of the tent.
Now has the word Michael stitched on her ass.
Can I medicine? Would I be able to know from medicine about whether they're poisonous or kind of they're...
Could I do a nature check as well, actually?
Medicine or nature? Take your pick.
I'll do nature. And if you do medicine, hopefully one of us gets a decent roll.
Yeah.
Both of us got decent rolls. That's even better.
You don't recognize them as... You don't recognize the species of mushroom. But they don't appear to be poisonous. They don't smell nice. And it's weird that they've grown on everything overnight.
On literally all of the food.
Yes.
This place is weird.
Yeah,
I think it might have something to do with the Oogie mine.
I think it could be. It certainly is weird if it's not directly linked, I wouldn't put it past the locals to connect the two. Question, John.
Yes.
Do you have a butt for?
What's a butt for?
For pooping, silly!
I've been got.
Thank you for
Oh, he's been
Um,
hoodwinked.
We're gonna need food anyway if it's on everything. I can do purify food and drink, and that stops like poisons and
That
stuff,
would
right?
remove any poison. If they were poisonous, that would remove the poison, yeah.
I'm kind of not trusting it, so that will be a thing. Do I just say that I've done it? Is that
and
how
also
that works?
reduce a spell slot.
Unless, can you cast it as a ritual?
That is a good question.
I don't know. Can I? How
I
would
can't
know?
see your character sheet, so I can't tell.
What
I'm
spell? Sorry.
adding a light to the map
Purify
for some
food
reason.
and drink.
I don't believe it's ritual.
It's a first level spell.
It is ritual, but
It is?
does a paladin
That's the
I don't think
warlock
that
have
Oh,
ritual casting?
It's the warlock part that makes me go, maybe. That's why I thought I'd...
Let's double
Either way, I'd either
check.
spend a spell slot on it or I don't mind.
The casting as a ritual would make it so you didn't have to spend a spell slot.
Yeah.
I don't see any sign of ritual casting on them.
I very, very rarely use my
Cantrip, spell slot, spell casting ability, spell casting. Yeah, no.
Spell casting ability.
Spell casting ability.
Ah, yes, my spell just needs to be cast.
No, you don't. You apparently don't have ritual casting, so you can just cast it.
Cool,
Okay.
I'm glad I wasted our time.
So yeah, I will cast that over it, and just this should be safe.
Okay, I trust you.
Maybe we need to. We probably shouldn't stay up here too much longer.
That's the
Probably
mushroom
right.
head.
This place is weird. And not like a good weird, like a weird.
Pyrolis cooks up some food with the mushrooms.
She'd be like cooking it very well.
Okay. Some very
crap
well
out
cooked
of it.
stew. Despite how bad they smell, the mushrooms add a really nice bit of flavour to the stew.
Okay.
And you spend the rest of the morning meditating or sketching in your book. I assume, tell me otherwise.
Pi would definitely do some drawing. Would Hal go back to meditating?
No, he's done for the day.
Okay.
Unless you want to meditate with him.
I do think at some point during the day she would, she'd wander up to him and she'd be like, "How?
Yes.
How does meditating work? Like, what do you do?"
It's different for different people. Some sit down and just empty their thoughts. Me, I stand and feel the breeze. And just as the breeze washes over me, and he sort of, as like a wind pushes like through the air, he sort of follows it with his body, sort of like Tai Chi in a way. But yeah, you watch him just following the breeze, but it's just about clearing your mind and relaxing your thoughts, just being. He just breathes in breathes out deeply. Being at peace.
Maybe I should give it a go at some point. You know?
I can help you.
Yeah, I'd like that.
You don't have to take your clothes off. And he like blushes. That's just like a thing that we do to the wind.
She kind of has that sort of pondering look.
What are you thinking?
How much I fucking hate you.
Well, that's fair. Jumps off mountain.
Just ragdolls his way down the hillside.
Yeah.
I guess I need to feel the breeze at least some.
Hal blushes furiously.
So given that he's already pretty much seen her in the sort of vest, she would take off her shirt and to have her arms and her sort of abdomen in the breeze.
For the record, Hal doesn't have, like, as discussed, Hal doesn't have this nudity taboo, but he knows you do, that's why he's getting all, like, flustered by it.
Hal has
Yeah.
massive anime nosebleed.
Nani!
Maybe I can feel the changes in the air better this way.
Okay. So just relax your body, and he sort of starts breathing in, and you see him just like centering his arms slightly, like as he breathes in. He's sort of going like in a prayer pose. Sort of breathes in, he brings them up, and then as he breathes out, he brings his hands back down.
She'd be sort of trying to do the same.
Hal would look
Keeps
over
calm.
and like walks over and just sort of moves your like hips slightly and blushes as he does so, but and like just sort of sorts your body out a bit and sorts your arms out. That should be a bit more comfortable. And just let go of your thoughts as you breathe in. Bring them all together. As you breathe out, let them go. All your worries, fears, all those things that niggle the back of your mind, just let them go. We're not getting rid of them. That doesn't solve them. We're just giving ourselves some peace. Bring in those thoughts and let them go. Empty your mind and find your peace.
She'd pause partway through and take her hair down as well.
Okay, anybody else want a Hal ASMR recording?
Yes.
I had to do everything in my power not to go, wait! Open your mouth!
As you meditate and you let the wind flow,
You let the howl ASMR. Now I'm just gonna open up something. Just
could I get another D100 roll from you both?
Oh god.
oh, my clothes are gone.
It's like she doesn't have her hair down often, so it would be sort of to feel the breeze through her hair and really enjoy just being.
When Hal gets Nicky, he undoes his hair as well. So
Well, it's a good thing that Perilous didn't roll a 74 again.
All the fucking buttons are gone again!
It's a fucking scarecrow again! Sorry, I had the same energy.
Yeah.
I'm
What
intrigued.
happened, Jonathan?
What fresh hell awaits them, John?
Ah.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weatherboard?
Huh. Don't like that sound.
No, nor do I. I am totally unenthused by that sound.
It's gained the same as, like, Sweetie. It just has that same slightly torturous, like, oh god.
Weird, you all just friggin'
Just
die.
fall off a mountain. Who'd know that was on the random rolls chart?
Turns out that you're not on a mountain, you're on a giant earth elemental.
It turns out it's just a Tarrasque.
It's just
Correct, everywhere.
just a giant fucking bear.
Turns out the entire top of this is just a giant mimic.
Turns out Hal was a mimic the whole time.
Okay.
The guy he's mimicking is actually a massive arsehole.
It's just a really bad mimic.
He mimics the look. He didn't like his personality.
Yes. I'll take what he looks like, but I'm not being that asshole.
Okay, Pyrolus, you sort of mimic the calm motions.
Wait. Pyrolus is the mimic? I know! Pushes her off mountain.
It'll be okay.
Only dreams now!
You mimic the calm motions of the wind that Hal shows you. And as you move your foot, you kick a bottle.
What?
What size of bottle? Wine bottle, potion bottle,
Wine bottle.
little vial. Wine bottle? Jeez.
Sorry.
Aoki on the mountain.
Reminded of something else.
As long as it's not a bucket, it's okay.
And there's a sloshing sound as the bottle sloshes.
She will glance down and... Does it look like one they brought with them?
No. There's no label on it.
Pyrolus, have you been drinking? Pyrolus, do we have to have another intervention?
Another one? When was the first one? Was I so drunk I forgot?
Yeah, listen, we're all your friends and we're just worried about you.
I quit anytime I want. Fuck you.
Falls off mountain.
Turns
Trip
back
up
into a mimic.
mountain, somehow. She will... I think she'd pause and...
Hal would also pause and notice the wine.
And just... That wasn't there when we got here, right?
If somebody's there, you can come out. We're nice people.
Roll me a quick perception check.
Both of us.
Yes.
Well,
Perception.
well.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Trees are moving in the breeze.
I would go over and pick up the wine. It's like, you can have this back. We're not mad, I promise.
That's the second nat one I've rolled today.
You doing all right, pal?
No. Cranky.
You can have this back. You don't want it, it's yours.
Is it closed up? Like...
There's a sealer in the top.
Do we just put it to one side and leave it, or
Whoever it was can't be far.
I mean, if we move it, then if they come back looking, they won't find it. Maybe we should leave it here. Maybe.
Yeah, let's just leave it.
Should we leave?
I think we should. This place is weird. I'm getting the ookies again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should go. I'm double checking all of our stuff before we do, though. I don't want it to find out that something's been stolen.
No, that's a good idea. You're very smart.
And yeah, we'll head back to tent and pack things up, double checking everything as she goes.
Okay.
I would say, do I see anything out of place? But, you know, if I roll for that...
I'm about to tell you the one thing you do notice out of place. Depending on... Do you pack up Hal's bedroll, or do you leave that to him to do?
I mean, I guess they'd probably both be packing up everything if Hal was helping, so...
No, Hal's just there. He's got the wine.
He's just watching.
Yeah, no, Hal would definitely be helping. Hal is a gentleman.
Yeah.
Hal, you pick up your bedroll to start packing it, and it's heavier than it should be.
Covered in cum. Oh.
For an empty bedroll. And as you pick it up, there's a yowling sound, and a particularly annoyed badger barrels out of the bedroll.
Hi, friend.
It just scratches out at you.
Hey. It's alright. What do badgers eat?
Oh.
Berries and
I'd get like
vegetables
some
and...
fruit things and be like, you want
Fruit.
some food?
Bugs.
It starts trying to rip a hole in the side of the tent.
Pi would kind of usher it away.
It just runs off into the distance.
No, come back!
I don't think he liked being disturbed.
Could have had a new friend.
Why on earth was he in there?
Friendship.
Yeah, we've got to go.
Yeah, we really do. I will pack up my bedroll. I will look in it just in case there's a second badger.
There is not a second badger.
I'm both happy and a bit sad about this fact.
There was just the one particularly annoyed badger.
Was there some badger poop?
Just the one badger, actually.
You pack up the campsite. Load everything back into your packs. You start to make your way down the trail.
Making our way down trail.
Pi would be making a point to try and stick close to Hal because she just has no idea what the hell is going on but feels like something is playing tricks on them. So she would rather stay close just in case, like, I don't know, they got tripped up by something, you know, if it's just something being... Like, there's not been anything seemingly malicious.
Yeah.
So she's kind of assuming that something's messing with them, and so she would rather be, like, if it tried to trip one of them up, that they could steady each other, or...
It's John. John's messing us up because he's mad that we didn't go in his mine earlier.
As you start making the way down
That
the
wasn't
trail,
a no.
Yeah.
As you start making your way down the trail, there's a voice behind you. Did you not like the present?
Hello?
Which was the present? Was it the badger? Because it got very angry.
Oh, that was just a joke.
Oh. That could have also been a present. Badgers are cool.
Can I see where this voice is coming from? Or
How
is
is
it
just how's enjoying a conversation first?
You turn around, Pyrolus, and holding the wine bottle, wearing a fabulous purple suit with silver trim,
Calderax.
is what appears to be a purple-skinned tiefling with curled horns and various pieces of various chain work and jewellery in the horns.
We called out and no one replied.
Well, it'd be the fun in that, if I told you everything. You just made such a cute couple.
How would blush that we not a we are
I heard you last
new to this.
night.
Is that not creepy?
It's a little creepy, dude.
Is it creepy?
Like not like like you did, like you weren't smelling us, were you?
Something stole all of my buttons.
Yeah, that was weird. That's not cool.
I like buttons.
Then ask for buttons.
Yeah, we're very nice people. We probably would have given them to you.
I'm new around here.
So are we. We're visiting. Oh, my name is Tao, and this is Pyrolus.
Charmed.
My
You
name
can see
is...
that she's kind of not convinced.
She's not charmed.
My name's Le'ern.
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 That's a strange name. But then my name is Hao, so who am I to judge?
And, where are you from?
I'm a bit of a traveller. All over. Not really got anywhere settled.
So, what was the gift? Was it the wine?
All of the presents, all of the jokes were the gift.
Oh,
It's...
well, thank you, but I don't drink.
What was in the bottle?
It's wine.
Is.
It's a special brew from my near my home, or near where I came from.
How far would they have gotten? Like, would we have got very far away from camp, or are we still pretty...
Few minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Not very far at all.
And the mushrooms?
Locally sourced.
I didn't recognize them.
I didn't say which local.
I
You're
mean...
strange. I like you.
You're strange. I like you too.
Surely local is... Never mind. What are you doing up here?
Just passing through.
It's a long way off the beaten trail.
Depends what trail you're beating. Trying to see as much as I can before I'm caught.
Why are you in trouble?
No, people are always caught. Something always catches people. At some point people settle down. I want to see as much as I can before I do. I'm not sure about this accent yet, but it's pretty good.
I like it. I think it suits your whimsical personality.
Thank you.
But what you did wasn't cool. So I think you should apologize to Pyrolus.
Oh, I'm sorry. It would have been cool. My people would have found it cool.
Who are your people?
We're not from around here.
Where are you from?
The wilds.
I'm not from around here either. I lived on a mountain.
We're on a mountain.
A different mountain. There's more than one mountain. Did you know that?
I did.
There you go.
I see others from here.
I feel like Hal would point them out. Like, there's one over there.
See? Mountain!
Oh, I'm sorry. It's what my people do.
You're like pranksters.
Yeah.
I appreciate the sentiment. It's not something we come across, and quite frankly, removing buttons from someone who's sleeping is...
Took a lot of skill.
I was
That-
gonna
that-
say
that- that
disturbing.
doesn't make it better, yeah.
Oh, alright. Yes.
Like, you know, it's a bit of like a...
He just
An
leans
invasion of
towards
personal
Hal.
space.
Just remind me again, these human?
Oh, Pyrolus! No, actually.
Oh,
I'm correct, right? You're not fully human, are you?
Nope, she is Esma.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
they are not fans of nudity.
Some places are very, like they think, like, it's that big, like, intimate thing.
It's to be shared with people who you are close to.
Yes.
He shakes his head. So odd.
I know, I'm finding it hard to get used to, but I am, because Pyrolus is my friend, and that is what you do for friends. You deal with odd things that are different and odd, but you deal with them because you like them. You want them to feel comfortable.
He sort of claps his hand around the bottle and it disappears. He probably wouldn't have liked that then.
What was it gonna do?
There's a little enchantment in the bottle.
Which would have done...
If you weren't feeling particularly true to yourself, it may have turned you into a cat for a little while.
That would have been... I would have liked to have been a cat for a bit.
I could bring the bottle back.
Yes, please.
He puts his hands back together and opens them, and it like star wipes in.
Thank you.
He hands you the bottle. Congratulations on getting together.
Hal blushes furiously. Thank you.
Just, share that with someone special with you. Maybe don't tell them about the cat thing. It'll be funny.
But she's the person that's special to me, and she's standing here, so I think she knows about the cat thing.
You have other people special to you, don't you? Or is it
Yeah,
just
I
the
get
two of you?
No, we have some friends, but like they're not like we're not like a big like.
I'm not judging.
No, it's not like that. That's what I'm saying.
You're friends. It's fine.
and we're just friends with them.
So
Though
this
though
just
Malsaray did say I was cute once.
Turns you into a cat for a few hours.
Pi will get a notepad out of her pocket and write that down. Because there's no label on the bottle or anything. It's like
No, it's a plain bottle.
Need to note to self, put something on there that reminds me.
Meow vintage. Oh yes, we found it on the mountains.
Yes.
If House says that, Lorne will laugh.
Yeah, he would. He would suggest that's what we write on the label.
I like that one.
Oh, you can tell your friends that one if you want, if you think they would like it too.
When I find them, I will.
Oh no, you've lost your friends?
I've never really been close to anyone.
It's really sad.
That's what I'm trying to find, I guess.
We can be your friends. But you have to promise not to steal any more of Pyrolus's or anyone's buttons unless they are, that kind of... Anyway.
Well, there we go then. Friends.
Friends!
Pi will put a hand out to shake it.
He sort of looks at it. What do I do with that?
It's a handshake. It's a greeting.
Oh, a
gesture
local
of
thing.
Acknowledgement.
He reaches out and just puts his hand in your hand.
And then it goes up and down.
Up and down. I punch the microphone.
John got really into the handshake.
I was almost praying that you say, "You take my hand," and he just cuts your hand.
Are you sure? I didn't think you'd be into that. Okay then.
It's nice
Can't take
to
button
meet
skip
you.
and take somebody's hand. Weird culture.
It's been nice to meet you too.
It's been unusual, yes, but I appreciate the sentiment.
We'll be seeing you around, I'm sure. We're friends now, after all.
Exactly. So you don't need to hide when you come and see us. You can just come out and say, "Hi, it is your friend, and I am here."
I'll remember that.
Pi will...
He's still holding your hand if you haven't told him to stop, by the
No,
way.
she would have let go. Pi will take a couple of buttons off of like the top of her shirt so that it just opens slightly more at the collar and just hand them to him. Like,
She just wants to show off her cleavage, really.
I mean... No.
You've already got him. You don't need to show anything.
No, just...
How collapses. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Enjoy.
So freely
there you
given. Much obliged.
That's what you do with friends. If they like stuff, you get it for them.
What is it you like, my friends?
I like Pyrolus, but I already have her.
You've already got one of those. Would you like another?
No, that would be weird. She's kind of one of a kind, so...
Well, I mean, within reason.
I don't think I need anything. Oh, wait. Can I have some feathers? And some leather cord, and I can make necklaces for you and my other friend.
He snaps a finger and just...
I would make a necklace like the one that I gave to Malzaray. And I would give it to him. There you go.
Thank you. He ties it around his neck. How about you, Pyrrhus?
They're a sign from my tribe, that from my temple. They're sort of the feather that will guide you back to your people and family and friends and stuff.
It'll guide you where you want to go.
Exactly. And so...
Or where you need it, I guess.
If you need to find us, you can drop that, and hopefully it will lead you there.
How about you, Pyrrhus? What is it you want?
I'm trying to think. Like, IRL trying to think.
Yeah, like, it was true with Hal. Hal doesn't really want stuff. Hal's very like, whatever.
What would she want? Can I have something to keep this safe in? And she would show him the flower. That would mean a lot to me.
He snaps his finger again, and like a glass bell jar appears.
If you don't find true love by the time the last petal falls, you're fucked.
I can't remember how big the flower was.
I was wearing it in my hair, so it's not like...
Yeah.
He sort of pushes down on it a little bit, and it shrinks down to the right size. It kind of just looks like he squeezes it, and it always was that size.
You have a lot of powers.
I'm a little bit magic.
It's really cool.
Is there
Seems like a really cool guy.
anything else we can do for you?
No, not at the moment. If I ever need you, I can find you again with this feather.
Yes, exactly. Because we're friends.
And maybe one final parting prank. He just gets a smile on the side of his face.
So long as it's nothing too permanent or mean.
Roll.
My clothes stay intact.
He just kind of notes.
How secretly things wouldn't be a bad thing.
Roll me 1d100. Pick somebody.
I'll do it because I agreed to it. So
This was nothing about house trousers.
He snaps a finger and he just disappears.
not his best prank.
And you guys walk down the mountain. And you make it back to Ithrimbril. And you gain your horses again.
I was half expecting you to say, and how's horses become a donkey?
And you start to make the ride back to the keep. Oh no, back to Tribor.
On to Tribor.
And you set up the tent for the first night. And you camp out of the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And the following morning, Pyrrhus, you wake up first.
Yep.
And Hal doesn't appear to be in his bedroll. Curled up on Hal's pillow is an overweight squirrel. With blue fur.
How? She's kind of made the mental leap that could therefore be how.
The squirrel just sort of wakes up and looks at you like a squirrel would look. How? You're a squirrel.
If that's
Yeah, I got
you...
How a squirrel would look, being like a lust for murder in its eyes.
Yes.
How, if that's you, can you spin a circle?
I spin in a circle.
Okay. So this will be the last prank then.
You just hear a laughter on the wind.
She'll just shout in whatever sort of direction. Thanks! She's like still not quite sure, but like she'll take it. Is he gonna turn back at some point?
About an hour passes and he turns back into
does
Hal.
she get a reply?
Nope.
Okay. In which case she'll pack up stuff and they'll get moving and she'll tether the horses together. And I guess how would Hal ride as a squirrel?
Just sits on Muffin's like saddle like normal. To passers by, like that's a very pampered squirrel.
Why has that squirrel
sure.
got its own horse? About an hour passes from when you wake up and Hal just grows back to his normal size.
Oh, that was weird. I was very small.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't wrong. It was one last prank. And you look so adorable as a blue squirrel.
Thank you.
I'm glad you turned back, though, if I'm, being honest.
I am also glad that I turned back. I can hug you more easily in this size.
Do you think they'd... Mal and Cal, do you think they would believe this?
We'll tell them after they drink the cat wine.
Yeah. And you can just see her grin at that. So like, yeah. Then,
onwards to Tribor!
You continue on to Tribor, and we'll call it to a close there as Calderax, Kalemvor, and Schnookums continue their 3-day marathon of She-Ra.
It's a good show to watch.
I can't make any jokes to that because I've not watched She-Ra. So.
I'm trying to think. I think Calderax would fucking love Bo.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap up there. We'll be back next time with the adventures of Mal and Cal, and possibly a skosh of Pyrolis and Hal picking up
A foxy
Ember.
boy.
But we will focus on Mal and Cal and their adventures at the castle in 2 weeks' time, because we're slightly changing the schedule.
dun, dun, dun.
So tune
Which
in.
again, I'm still annoyed about because it was literally after I put it. Finally, it was like, I should probably set up an automatic calendar for this, and then the next week is like, so we're changing the day. Like, you bastard.
I apologise for nothing.
Yeah, I did think you would, you bastard.
He's very proud.
You, as previously described, bastard.
Coming up on the streams, Thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, in a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. We appreciate you guys being here. And look forward to you being here again soon with some of these upcoming streams. Tomorrow night, if Angel is feeling okay, she'll be playing some Secrets of Monkey Island over on the Angel Games Player channel. On Friday evening, Sean, Jeff, and myself will be hitting it up in the Old West as we try to set up a little bit of a... get some money coming into our posse. Somehow. Anyhow. All of the how.
Hello, you just had a whole session.
On Sunday night, the adventure... not the Adventure of the Golden Tooth. In the Clutch of the Cult continues with the group clearing up Skylift Temple and cleansing the spirits of the priests who haven't quite yet realised they're dead. On Monday night, we'll be back on Minecraft Monday with more Minecrafting. I'm going to be monitoring the nuclear power station and sort of getting it a bit more ready to send power out. See how that goes. And then possibly also do some astral work. So I'm getting quite high up in astral sorcery.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday next week, we'll be back with the Feral Knights campaign as the 18+ D&D game continues. So tune in for that. In the meantime, before any of that stuff, we're going to do a raid. So do remember to refresh the raid after it's gone through. So that's goodbye from all of us.
Indeed. Goodbye.
We will send you over to Ace Trainer Liam, who is currently playing some Call of Duty Warzone. But for now, farewell.